Hello everyone, in this video I am going to discuss with you how I would learn programming in the age of artificial intelligence. We all know that there are tools out there like ChatGPT that you can just prompt and it will give you your code. So, one, is there a need for you to learn programming? The answer will always be yes, because at some point you need to edit or you need to refine your prompt for ChatGPT to give you what you want. So you would need some coding knowledge for you to be able to do that. The second one is then how then should I be able to learn to learn programming while I'm leveraging artificial intelligence. What we don't want is a situation where you just get a code from ChatGPT and put it in your program. We want to develop that skill so that on your own, without even the artificial intelligence, you are able to produce code. Then we want to use artificial intelligence as a tool to help you do your coding. So if I was in that position, here is how I would learn programming. For example, Python, I would master the beginner topics, the beginner and intermediate topics, such as know your variables, your data types, your operators, the control flow, if loops and while loops, for loops and while loops, know your functions, know your lists and dictionaries, also know how to read your files and write files, know how to handle exceptions, classes and objects, know your modules and packages, and also a little bit of list compression. After you know that, you don't have to be a master of everything, but after you know that, you have everything you need for you to begin to build on top of that to be able to advance your programming journey to more complex areas or more complex topics. So once you get that one nailed down, all you need to do is now to leverage to start building your project. Always the rule of thumb is start working with small projects. Start small and build from there, advance it, and go to more longer and more complicated project. Always start small. So I'm going to show you an example in a moment. Let's get to it. So now I want to show how I would do that, starting from a simple project or simple concept and building on top of it to be able to come up with a complex project. So example that I'm going to use to showcase this is the random code generator. So whenever I get a project, the rule of thumb is I should be able to break it down into small pieces. Then I will solve every piece one at a time and combine them together. So for a random code generator, I'm thinking of using a list or a dictionary to store codes, utilizing the random module to select codes. All right, so let's start from here, then move on to the next section. All right, so I'll start with importing random module, and now I have to have a list of codes that I would want to use. So I will, for the sake of this example, I will keep it short. All right, so I have those three codes, and now now after I get this one, and all I need now is to create a function that is able uh, to select those codes at random and display it. So maybe I'll call it a random code selector. So I want it to select and then choose the choice method. Then it will select the codes here. Yeah, then I want it to maybe save this one in a variable called display. Then I would print display. All right. So this is my first idea. So it has successfully be able to pull out a code, one code from this list, and now once I have a working code, I can now iterate from this code to be able to build more and to do more. So what I'm thinking now is I need to be able to ask the user to add want to keep on having our codes expanding. So I will add another function that will ask the user. I want to store what I'm going to ask the user in the variable. All right. All right. So this is how you do it. Now I've asked the user. Then I want to return whatever they respond with, just converting a lowercase. Now, after they add the code, I want to append it to my list, the initial list. So my initial list is, I want to append it with their input. So the input is add code. All right. So ask user. I would also want to double check to see if this is working as expected. All right. Of course, I left the semicolon here. Right. So I got my output first. Then, do you want to add code? Yes. Enter your code. All right. So name error with ASCII is okay. I see what's happening. But basically, I'll end my video here. But basically, the idea is to be able to iterate from what you built. Then from there, you can end up building the code that you want. So I'm going to pause the video and finish this and add some more items to this code and be able to return to you and show you what I will come up with. So thank you. Bye for now. So I've added some more functionality to this code, and here is my final output. I was able to view the codes, to delete codes, to search for codes, save the codes into a file, load codes from a file if I have any file. Then I'll play my game as it is. So the idea here is to start small, keep on iterating, improving, developing. And sometimes in a real world, in an agile environment, projects take up to they take most of them take about 2 weeks, which is 10 business days. And in some cases, depending on the size of the project, they may go for some months or for some months and for some weeks, depending on the size of the project and the teams that are working with the project. So the idea for beginners is start small, break the problem into small pieces, solve the small pieces, and iterate from there. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.